The newsday continues here on One News Now. I'm Riza Diaz. To end the Mindanao leg of her campaign on a high note, Vice President Leni Robredo made one last stop in Pagadian City today. Gerald de la Peña is joining us live from Pagadian City to give us the latest. Jared, can you tell us how's the situation there so far?
Riza, Vice President Leni Robredo has just concluded her visit to this side of Mindanao with a mini rally here in Pagadian City. In her message to about 2,000 to 3,000 supporters who woke up early just to attend the rally, Robredo said that she came alone because the visit to the city was intended for another schedule. But she explained that since she was in Zamboanga del Norte as well as in Zamboanga City for a grand rally yesterday, she might as well drop by Pagadian today. Robredo revealed that she lost in Zamboanga del Sur when she ran for vice president in 2016. Despite this, she ignored the politics and chose Dumalinaw town in Zamboanga del Sur as the recipient of funds for a nutrition program and a separate water system program under the OVP's Angat Buhay program. She stressed that this should be the norm, where leaders set aside politics to be able to reach out to the people so that there will be positive change in the country. VP Leni also said true unity is not about the unity of various politicians with their respective agenda. Rather, it should be about involving and empowering the people in important decisions. As for the latest issues surrounding Smartmatics operations, Robredo's spokesperson, Attorney Barry Gutierrez, said in a statement that the COMELEC should take immediate action to fully investigate the supposed breach on the automated election system. Risa, this is VP Leni's last campaign-related activity for today. This as she prepares for tomorrow's presidential debates and the much-awaited grand rally in Pasig City on Sunday. Riza.
Thank you and stay safe. That's Gerald de la Peña reporting live from Pagadian City. Meanwhile, presidential candidate and Senator Manny Pacquiao admits having issues coming up with campaign funds. Pacquiao says it's a struggle for every candidate, especially at the national level, since no one wants to drain their personal savings on campaign-related expenses.
Sino ba naman sabihin walang problema sa campaign funds? Marami naman siguro may problema dyan. Alangan naman gastusin ko lahat ng pera ko. Di ba? May problema. Kasi hindi naman tayo umaasa sa mga malalaking negosyante.
Now, on the issue of Smartmatics' alleged security breach, Pacquiao is calling on the COMELEC to do whatever it takes to ensure a fair election.
Dapat sikapin ng COMELEC na kahit 1% na duda o doubt ng taong bayan, yung integrity ng COMELEC ng eleksyon, pangalagaan natin dahil mahirap yung may duda ang taong bayan.
Now, in other news, the World Health Organization flagged a severe disruption to health services in Ukraine following the Russian invasion. During the United Nations Security Council meeting on Ukraine, the WHO verified that there have been 43 attacks on healthcare, with 12 people killed and 34 injured. It added that the war is also exacerbating the impact of COVID-19 in Ukraine. That's why the WHO is urging the United Nations to work for an immediate ceasefire. It also appealed to donors to continue supporting the humanitarian needs response in the Western European nation. Now, the Russian ambassador to the Philippines has denied that they are waging war on Ukraine amid the ongoing conflict between the two nations. Speaking on the chiefs, Russian envoy Markat Pavlov decried about the coverage of Russia's invasion of Ukraine from the Western angle. Pavlov instead insisted that Russia's move is to establish an atmosphere of confidence and security for the whole of Europe.
Russia is not waging a war against Ukraine, is not invading. In fact, Russia is doing now what we are doing now. It's trying to eliminate the threat coming from Ukrainian territory, which has been created by NATO countries led by the United States.
With the conflict between Russia and Ukraine still ongoing, security expert Professor Romel Banlao stressed that the world must take action to address the worsening humanitarian situation in Ukraine due to the war. So far, several NATO countries have already imposed economic restrictions against Russia.
Para sa akin, ang napakahalagang mission ngayon ng buong mundo ay i-assert yung tinatawag namin na responsibility to protect. Yung mag-take action yung buong mundo na i-address yung worsening humanitarian situation sa Ukraine.
More and more tourists are visiting Boracay Island as Pagasa declares the official start of the dry season. We have Shaila Francisco joining us live this time from Boracay. Shaila, how's the country's most famous tourist spot?
Riza, tourists have been up as early as 6 a.m. to enjoy the white sand beach here in Boracay. Our team has been here since yesterday and we've observed that the crowd is getting back to its pre-pandemic level. From the airport to the boat and to the island of Boracay, there's no denying that tourist arrivals are getting back to normal. From March 1 to 15, arrivals reached almost 70,000 or an average of 3,000 to 6,000 per day. But compliance with health protocols are still necessary. Tourists need to fill out the health declaration card of a clan and submit their vaccination cards, booking confirmation, flight details, and valid IDs. Once you've submitted all those, you will then be given a QR code, which will be shown at the airport and at the port. For some tourists, these are all worth it, especially when you see the white sand, the clear waters, and the famous Boracay sunset.
Sikat na sikat ang Bora, kaya syempre makiuso. Pangtanggal ng stress sa Manila. Dito'y buhos lahat sa dagat.
Ay, super! Enjoy na enjoy! Sulit na sulit ang punta namin dito! Kaya kayo dyan! Boracay na!
Now that the clan is under alert level 1, all activities are allowed like this paddleboard, which is a hit among tourists. You have to wear a life vest, but you can opt to not wear face masks as long as you do water sports. But Boracay's famous nightlife is still not back to its former glory, as disco bar or dancing is still not allowed. But tourists can still enjoy the night market, performances by live bands, and other entertainment options such as fire dance. Just this March, the government lifted a curfew and liquor ban in the island, a welcome development especially for businesses.
Ngayon, nabuhay na naman ang Boracay, so lahat na negosyante is siyempre yung mga empleyado nila, lahat na nagtatrabaho at masayang-masaya kami. Isla ng Boracay, umaasa talaga kami sa bisita. Oo. Nabubuhay kami sa turismo. Talaga nakabawi na kami.
Nung may curfew ng 12 o'clock in the evening, yung mga taga Manila at taga Cebu, hindi masyadong nag-enjoy kasi sa lugar nila wala namang curfew. Yung hinahanap talaga ng turista sa Boracay, unang-una nightlife. So alam naman natin na pag Boracay, ibig sabihin bukas yan hanggang umaga.
Riza, small business owners are hoping that the revival of the tourism industry will continue. If you can see around me, the waters are filled with algae, but according to the DNR, it is a normal occurrence during the summer season and that the water quality is still within the standard level safe for swimming. For those interested to visit Boracay, some hotels are offering up to 50% off for accommodation. Riza?
Thank you for that report and have fun there. That's Shaila Francisco reporting live from Boracay. Meanwhile, 6 people were injured in a training aircraft crashed early Thursday morning in Iba, Zambales. The City Aviation Authority of the Philippines said that the Aero Commander 685 aircraft was ditched 500 meters from the shoreline at Purok 3, Barangay Santo Rosario at around 7:10 in the morning. The aircraft, which was operated by Sentinel Logistic Air Management, carried 6 passengers involving student pilots, marshals, and the pilot. Now, the passengers and the pilot have since been brought to the hospital after being rescued by the Philippine Coast Guard and some local fishermen in the area. The Department of Agrarian Reform has distributed 446 Certificate of Land Ownership Award in Palo, Leyte. President Rodrigo Duterte led the distribution of CLOAs along with DAR Acting Secretary Bernie Cruz. Cruz said about 200 beneficiaries of this project are rebel returnees. These former rebels will also be given free housing and TESDA trainings. For President Duterte, this is his way of fulfilling his promise to NPA members who will surrender to the government.
Muna'y ginapangita sa NPA nga matagaan sila og yuta, na ibalay, na ilang kapuy-an, unya ilang duha-duhaon. Di ko gusto girap. Kung mga naog sila, dawaton yun sila. Unya bahuwat lang sila. Ang problema pagawas ay nago. Dugay-dugay ko, makatakamtam sila. Hinahinay lang ng yuta.
And those are the top stories of the hour. Join us later again at 2 in the afternoon as we continue to monitor the day's biggest stories. You can also catch One News on Signal Play app. Register for a free account now at www.signalplay.com and stream One News live anytime, anywhere. I'm Riza Diaz. Mask on, wash hands, and stay safe, Philippines. We are One News.